Welcome back, guys. This is story time with Coach Wild on Running Wild. This one is about my senior year when I was in high school. We went to a race in Pocatello, Idaho. That was a 5-state regional race, and essentially what it was Nike Team Regionals before there was a Nike Team Regionals. The rumor is that Nike kind of had these guys kind of like test out to see if it was something that would be successful, so they could stop doing a complete at-large bid thing where, you know, they had representatives for areas, and those representatives in each region picked the teams that got to go to Nike Team Nationals. I went out hard. You know, we had state cross the week before, and I had done pretty well. I got all state, and we won state as a team, and so we were pretty happy. We were excited. Something just happened, and I blew up. I was having a terrible race. There was a lot of teams in that race, so it was pretty packed. There was a lot of pack running, and there was a lot of kids that wanted to go out, and they wanted to go and shine. And it's actually how my teammate was able to end up getting the scholarship that he got and run for Boise State University, and you know, that really worked out for him. And you know, it kind of made, of course I was jealous because I was our #1 runner, or at least I felt I was a #1 runner. What was so great about our senior year was that almost every single week we had a different #1 runner, and you know, all it did was push us as a team. And that's why we were able to qualify for Nike Team Nationals, because we had so many good people on our team. Our only issue was that, you know, people kind of questioned our consistency while racing, and that was fair. That was really fair. But anyway, so I blew up in this race. I'm doing terrible. Finally, with like 800 meters to go in the race, I wake up, and we knew that we needed to win this race if we wanted to go to Nike Team Nationals. And that's what it was called back then. Now it's just Nike Nationals, but back those years it was Nike Team Nationals, because it was about the team. And you could kind of qualify individually, but it was mostly about qualifying for a team. Now it's pretty good and known of how to qualify for individually for Nike Nationals. Like, I finally wake up and I'm like our 5th guy on the team right now, which was really bad for me. And of course I'm a prideful guy, and I didn't like that. But all of a sudden I'm seeing 4 jerseys, and they all were blue jerseys, and they had big paws on their back. And I knew that was one team. And I was like, oh crap, that's Montana Bozeman. We need to get him. And so I had my teammate right in front of me, so I go running past him, I slap him on the butt, and I just yell at him. I was like, the paws, we gotta get the paws, we gotta get all 4 paws. And you know, he goes with me, and you know, I was a senior, he was a sophomore, real good runner, and we go after him. And I think I got all 4, and he ended up getting 2, maybe 3 of them. And I really think that was the difference. I really believe that's what helped us win. And you know, of course I thought back to it, and I really, you know, kind of like put together, like, you know, the only reason why we actually won that race was because I was right there, and I was able to inspire my teammate and really motivate him so that he would go past and get ahead of those 2-3 members of that team, because we ended up winning by about like 2-4 points. I think we ended up winning by 4, maybe 5 points, 5 points max. But like, that also kind of showed me, like, when we were there, like, the coolest thing about that meet was when we were standing up on the podium, the teams that got 3rd and 2nd, they had like matching sweats, and they looked really nice. And then there's us standing at the top, and we're all wearing just a mishmash of sweats, t-shirts, hats, stocking caps. Even though we weren't what looked like a team, everyone knew that we were super close, because we were smiling, hanging on each other, you know, screwing around, just being stupid boys, just loving each other. It was just exciting. I still remember when they were going through like the awards, they announced the 3rd place, the 5th place team, the 4th place team, the 3rd place team, and they announced all these border wars that they were going to try to start. So like Utah versus Colorado, and Idaho versus Montana, and like all borders that were touching. Wyoming wasn't a part of any of them, so I guess we didn't really have a good representative to kind of like get those for us, or they just didn't really want to do that with us. I don't know, it wasn't a big deal. But then like after they announced the 3rd place team, they're like, hang on guys, we need to go and we need to double check these results, like really check them. At the end of the race, everybody got a printout of like what your place was, what your time was, and what place your team was. And I remember when like mine was there, it said like we were in first place, but in danger. And then like my teammate and the other teammates, like they said like first in danger, second in danger, first in danger. And that was really cool, that timing system. I've never seen that timing system again. Finally, when they announced the team, you know, they announced second place and they announced it as the other team. And of course, we just went crazy and we blew up, and it was so loud when they announced the second place team and then they announced the first place team, and people just kind of like, yeah, they chatted, clapped their hands. But I mean, the real cheering and accomplishment of like everything that was done after when they announced the second place team in that situation. And so, I mean, it was real exciting. I can tell these stories pretty good, but then when I get to the punchline, it's really hard for me to end them. So hopefully you guys don't hate that too much. I don't know if I'll try to actually improve it or not. I'll just try to awkwardly just end the stories, and you'll be like, what? Anyway, guys, thanks for coming. This is Running Wild with Coach Wild. I hope to see you running crazy. Night, guys.